Warning: always wear eye protection when working on your marker. Parts may be under pressure and can injure you. Make sure that your marker does not have any air source or pressure connected to or inside the marker before attempting to work on it. Make sure that your marker does not have any paint, residue, or obstructions in the barrel, chamber, or magazine before attempting to work on it. As a reminder, the installation process for your new magazine release is nearly identical for both the Tippmann TCR and TipX markers. We will be using the TipX in this demonstration video, but the same process and installation instructions can be used with the Tippmann TCR marker. Today we're going to be demonstrating the installation of the Exalt Ambidextrous Magazine Release for the Tippmann, TipX, and TCR markers. The Exalt Ambidextrous Release is designed to make dropping your magazine with either hand faster, easier, and more ergonomic than the factory mag release. After unpackaging your Exalt Ambidextrous Magazine Release, make sure that you have all the components needed for installation. Here we have the actual ambidextrous powder release, the lever slide release, the included nut, screw, drill guide, and drill bit. Please note that this drill bit and drill guide are completely proprietary to the installation and will not be needed afterwards. You're going to remove all of the screws on the top side of the marker, as well as the magazine from the marker to begin. Actuate the factory marker magazine release, remove the magazine, and then begin disassembling the marker. For those of you seeking more detailed disassembly instructions, you can consult your marker manual that came with both your TipX and TCR. To start, we're going to take a 1/8 Allen wrench and remove all the screws on the other side of the marker to be able to begin the disassembly process. After removing all the screws from the clamshell, lift away the top side of the marker. At this point, a lot of components of the marker are going to try to spring out, so make sure you keep pressure on the inside of components to stop them from flying out and losing parts. After removing all of the components from your TipX or TCR, take the included drill guide and install it using this shaft inside of the magazine release well. We're going to be placing this so that this shaft sits inside of the existing hole for the magazine release and then pressing downward, taking care to make sure that there's absolutely no gap between the drill guide and the trigger guard frame. This is very important for keeping everything in line to make sure that you drill the hole correctly for the installation of your ambidextrous magazine release. Place the included drill bit inside of your cordless drill and hold the marker frame down and make sure that the drill guide is in place. Place the drill bit inside of the hole in the included drill guide and press downward. Begin drilling slowly. Clear any chips or plastic fragments away, and then lift away the drill guide. Inspect the hole that you've just drilled and make sure that there's no plastic fragments, burrs, or chips anywhere inside of your marker that could cause it to malfunction. Take your lever slide release and the spring from your factory mag release and place it inside the hole. Insert the entire assembly inside of where the existing mag release went and make sure that everything's seated properly. Take your included ambidextrous magazine release and then place the nut inside the cavity on the back side of the release. Be careful as this nut's easy to lose. Make sure that it's properly in place, and then it may help to actually hold your finger over it while you're installing the magazine release. We're going to take the other side of the marker. You may have to compress the magazine slide release slightly to get the paddle to fit over it. Make sure everything's aligned. Take the screw and place the screw into the new hole that you've drilled through your frame. After getting everything installed, tighten the screw until the screw head is about flush with the magazine release. Begin reinstalling the components in your TipX or TCR so that we can reassemble the marker. After you have the marker reassembled, go ahead and check to make sure that the magazine release functions properly. Take your magazine, insert in the marker, and then go ahead and try to release the magazine using both hands. Depending on your marker, some markers can have trouble dropping the magazine release based on the tension between these two screws. Just like with the factory release, you need to be careful not to over-tighten these two screws in order to make sure that your magazine drop functions properly. Thanks for watching. If you have any additional questions or want to get a hold of us, feel free to visit our website at www.exaltpaintball.com or reach out to us on social media, on Facebook at Exalt Paintball or on Instagram at Exalt Paintball.